Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest and exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Our friend Nicole here brought her AP laser and she's going to show us some of the cool stuff she's done. Now we've seen the automotive products you guys have done at Cutting Edge Laser Engraving, from the helmet here, which you engraved on our show last time, this hood scoop, this great looking tool caddy out of wood. It was actually cut on the AP laser and engraved as well. And you brought some other products to show sort of the range of materials that the AP laser can do. So what are some of the different materials you've actually engraved with the laser?
Obviously woods. We do a lot with leather and slate. Olive wood has become our new most popular. Of course, tumblers always popular, but glass and the whiskey stones. I mean, you name it, we engrave on it now.
And it's amazing. How difficult is it to change the settings on the laser to go from one material to the next? You're going from leather to glass. I mean, that's a huge change.
Well, that's the great thing about AP Laser is they have all of that set up for us. And if we have any questions, we have the ability to call them 24/7, 365 days a year, and they walk us through any obstacle and power settings and so forth. And sometimes we do trial and error.
But you're well along your way as an established business. You and your husband do this full time.
Full time.
How long have you been at it?
6 months.
6 months, and you've been able to do nothing but AP laser.
Yep.
How many lasers do you have in your house?
So we started with our first one, and then within 3 weeks we bought our second, and now we have 3.
Oh my goodness.
Waiting for our 4th.
And they're all busy all the time?
Most of the time all 3 are running at the same time, and it's all different jobs going.
Incredible.
It's really cool.
Your husband Brandon told the story last time about the gap that AP Laser filled in his life and in your lives.
Yep.
He had his leg amputated
Yep.
after an accident.
Yep, unable to work and provide the way he wanted to for his family. I knew that I had to do something to create something great for our family and a legacy for my kids. And when we started this, it gave him a purpose. I mean, without his prosthetic, he would come down every morning, sit in his wheelchair, and he was able to learn these machines and helped with depression. And the kids have been able to see their dad overcome just using these machines. It's been a game changer for us.
I can see the emotion in your eyes, and I've seen that from your husband as well when you're talking about what you do. What's it like to hand somebody a regular item that you've made into something special?
You know, we talk about taking something ordinary and making it extraordinary, but personalizing for our customers, taking something that just a plain Jane tumbler and putting a name on it. And recently we've been doing actual photos on the tumblers and just making them that much more special. And to see the customer smile, it makes everything worth it.
We've seen a lot of automotive items with AP Laser on our show, including some that you brought. You've got some other stuff here. You found another retailer and found a special niche with them.
So I was in need of some decanters for a job. I ran into Crate & Barrel, and it's the new Crate & Barrel at a mall close to our home. And just ended up talking to someone, not realizing who I was talking to because she had asked me what I did. And we received a phone call the next day, and they brought us in now once a month. They've hired us to come in and engrave for their customers on all their different products, which actually we love engraving on their products because of the quality that they provide. So it's been a great experience, and it's given us great exposure.
And you mentioned their quality, so what does it say about the quality of AP Laser?
I've looked at multiple different laser machines, and I always kept coming back to AP Laser. And now I know why, because they won the support, but the quality of our machines, we are not limited on anything that we can do. The open architecture allows us to really do anything, but the quality, I mean, as you can see, the detail in all of our products, and they just blow our minds all the time with the things we're learning constantly. Every day we're learning something new.
And you're learning something new from other users on the Facebook user group, and then what's the customer support like from AP Laser?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Phone calls, they stay on the phone with us, they walk us through it. We all work together. Our family with the AP Laser, it really is a family. We can put out on any of our pages if we have questions, and other owners will send us helpful information. We all work as a team, and it's not competition. It's awesome. I've never seen another company like it, honestly.
Well, we've told you folks at home about our new studio here at Motorhead Garage, and we've been improving it step by step. We got a brand new refrigerator in our green room, and we thought, oh, who better than Cutting Edge Laser Engraving and AP Laser to decorate it here and personalize the refrigerator door. Brandon, Nicole's your better half here. You guys work on this together. What are the limits with AP Laser? I mean, we went from leather to glass to wood and now a refrigerator door.
Almost nothing, really.
Your imagination, take it as far as you want.
Yeah, it's like I said, these machines the capabilities are limitless.
What's it like for you to take something ordinary and make it cool like this?
I love it. I love like to see you smile and handing this to you and knowing that you're going to have it.
Yep.
And it's awesome. It's a great feeling, you know. Love being able to give back. It's awesome.
Oh, it was just a regular refrigerator until now. Now it's a Motorhead Garage refrigerator. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. So just keep cool. We'll be right back.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Grip Lock Ties, rubber-lined releasable zip ties. NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. And by BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration.
Here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, we're always on the socials here. You can find us on the interwebs. You can drop us a note to let us know how we're doing. A lot of folks also send us notes to tell us how much they like a product and they want to see the segment again. This is one of those. This week on the show, we are talking sound, and we are talking big sound, as you can see, brought to us by our friends at Sundown Audio. Brian, you're at Sundown, and you've been there for a while.
Yep.
How long have you guys been at this as a company?
The company started back in 2006, just in Jacob Fuller, who's the owner. It started in his parents' basement, actually.
Tell me about your products. What kind of range do you cover?
We cover everything. We started off just with more or less the extreme audio enthusiast type of equipment. Bass head community is what we call it, with big subwoofers, big amplifiers, but we've blossomed to doing car door speakers and small amplifiers, budget series stuff. We also cater towards sound quality enthusiasts and the big competition guys too.
You know, how are those folks doing at the competitions with your equipment?
If you were to look at the leaderboards, our name is on top almost every year.
How did the company get that way? How did Sundown Audio become what it is, this bass giant?
You know, throughout the years, just through research and development, Jacob Fuller, the owner, he's extremely good. Even though he's the owner, he's also the lead research and development guy. We get a lot of feedback from our clients and our dealers and the people that use our products to figure out how to make our products better every year.
You've told me about the family environment at Sundown Audio. How does that affect how you guys do things?
Because we're all friends and family, we care deeply about the products that we sell to our dealers and customers.
And is everything designed there in-house in North Carolina?
It sure is, yeah. It's in Newton, North Carolina, just a small town.
All right, thanks, Brian. Here's another member of the Sundown Audio family. Derek, you're the R&D person. What are some of the things you consider when you're developing a speaker like this?
So we'll make a prototype. The prototype will come to me in our testing room. And in a subwoofer like this, I'm gonna test everything from its thermal capability to its mechanical capability. We're gonna check out the sound. I'm gonna test it free air in an enclosure. And then once we're kind of happy with how things are going, I like to take all the product and I push them to their utmost ability. I try and push everything to failure. So we either find that failure point and improve on it, or we find that it's not gonna fail and we know we got a good product for the customer.
And this is an extreme version of something you guys make, and
Yes.
you're famous for that, but maybe more typical would be a woofer like that?
Yes, we got our big bass subwoofers, but we also have something that's better for the daily driver guys. So you want something simple, just adding a little bass to your trunk or whatever. We got subwoofers like this that kind of for everyday people.
And everyday people are going to like these too. If you're not a bass person, this might be for you as well.
Yep, so if you're not looking to add a ton of bass, we have coaxials, we have speakers, tweeters, we have kind of something to have everybody covered.
And you've got everybody covered with everything they need, including amplifiers there.
Yep, so again, with the small subwoofers, we have the small amplifiers to match up with them. If you want the big bass and the big subwoofers, we got our big amplifiers to go with that, and that's what you're gonna see in the vehicle behind us.
We showed you what's inside this Chevy Tahoe. Unbelievable equipment from Sundown Audio, and we said we were gonna blow you away. I know I'm gonna get blown away later. I haven't heard this thing yet, but you build this at Jakar Audio here, Daniel. You're down in Texas, all using equipment from Sundown Audio. Tell me how you've outfitted this vehicle.
It's got 3 of the Sundown Audio Salt 8Ks. You're looking at better 30,000 watts. This is powering 6 of the Sundown Audio Nightshade V3 15s, and they require a lot of power to do what's expected of them.
And this battery down here? Like
That's lithium battery powering that, and then there's alternators under the hood. There's 4 of them that are powering, make sure the amps have everything they need.
4 alternators?
Yes, sir.
Is that typical of a build like this?
Yes, sir.
And we need all this power because of what's inside. Now, just from where the driver sits, 16 speakers is what I counted?
Yes, yes. To keep up with the bass, you need to be able to hear the vocals, So once it's so loud from the extreme there's 30,000 watts capable, so you need that on the other end of it to be able to hear the words. So.
And that's up front, and you mentioned the bass. Now tell me what you're doing for subwoofers.
So the Sundown Audio Nightshade V3 15s, some of the best performance subs on the market. They're in one of our top enclosures, and very, very, very happy with the outcome.
How important is it for you to have quality sound instead of just loud?
It's very important. You know, at a certain level of sound, it's gonna kind of muddy it up. You're not gonna be able to tell, but if it's not clean, it's gonna be obvious. You're gonna know it. Quality's everything.
As a builder, you're doing this for customers. How important is it for you to make them happy and to give them the highest quality equipment from Sundown Audio?
We want to build the best of the best, and we use the best of the best.
All right, well, we're going to check it out and jump inside and see how it sounds here. To help us out, BB and Lexi are here to do what they call a hair trick in the industry, and keep an eye on their hair, keep an eye on my face as we crank this thing up. Let's do it. That is unreal. I've never experienced anything like that. That is unbelievable. And if you want to see what these folks can do for you at Sundown Audio, check them out at sundownaudio.com. You can be blown away just like I was. Oh, gosh. Here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, we pride ourselves in bringing you the latest and coolest technologies for your automobile. Here's one that's super simple, but it got more response than just about anything I know. Now, if you've ever had to jump a GM vehicle like this one here, you know that all there is in the back here for a battery post is a tiny little bolt like this, and you just have a little bit of an area to grab onto. And Rod, you've experienced this in GM vehicles for a long, long time. Take a look at this one. This one's rounded off, putting jumper cables on it, rounded it off, and it's not turning at all. So what are your options at this point to get this problem rectified?
Well, if you're at this stage, then you have to make a mistake and grab a pair of pliers.
And if you ground that or touch the other terminal, you're in big, big trouble.
Correct.
Gotcha. Well, you have a solution to all this, which is the reason you're here, and it's simply called the Better Battery Bolt. Now, show me what this inspired.
Basically, born out of frustration, this battery bolt, all you need to install it is a 1/4-inch ratchet. No longer do you need to look for a 8mm open face or a 5/16 socket.
No guesswork, and you're not going to round it off like that.
Nope, you just need a 1/4-inch ratchet, and the bolt itself becomes the socket.
That's fantastic. And of course, the main feature being once you put it on, like we see here, you have much more of a gripping surface.
Yes, it's ribbed, so you can take a pair of jumpers.
Let's compare it with the before here. And look here, this little bolt, barely get it on. How many times have you done this? You're beside the road and you're under pressure and you bump it and it pops right off. And over here, that is seated on there and that's not going anywhere because you've got the rib surface.
Correct.
And grab onto these alligator clips like that. It's fantastic. And tell me what it's made of and how durable is it?
It's made of sintered metal and it's been torque tested to high specifications. So if you break one of these, it means you're torquing too much to protect the threads of your battery.
Oh, no kidding. Very cool. You thought of everything. It's the simplest idea, and it's something I wish I'd have thought of. It just makes sense. And even you've thought of installing it, and you've also thought of protecting it. When you're just riding around here, you include these caps with each one.
Exactly. If it's in close quarters in your vehicle, the stud itself is 7/8 off the boot. But if you find that you're a little bit closer than that, you can use these covers to slip right on, and it protects from any contact with anything else in the vehicle.
If some vibration or something like that, you don't want any contact
Correct.
with the battery. Very cool. And now you have a new installation tool as well, which I know is going to come in handy in lots of other applications.
Exactly. So basically, this is now the socket. All you need is a ratchet.
Yep.
So now we're coming out with a composite ratchet that's non-metallic.
Yep.
And is short enough that it will not ground across the post.
That's perfect. And if you hit anything else on the car, you're not going to ground it on the vehicle and everything.
Fender wells, some of the positive sides are on the fender side.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. Should be the negative side on the fender side. But if you do have that, you can use the new composite wrench and you will not ground out.
Well, this is all about safety, and it's all about saving your vehicle. I mean, what are some of the consequences if you end up grounding out or shorting out batteries you're installing?
ECU can go, and that's expensive. Some of the 50 amp lugs that are in the vehicles, those are expensive to replace. So anything electronic these days in vehicles, they're expensive to replace.
It's not just for jumping your car, you've also found other niche markets for this as well.
Right, if you have an antique vehicle and you want to store that vehicle and you have a battery in that vehicle, you can clip on a trickle charger to the better battery bolt without having to remove the battery from the vehicle.
And then you'll ensure that thing stays connected the entire time and you always get full charge. You can be safer when you're installing your battery and when you're jumping it. Makes life a whole lot easier. Check them out at betterbatterybolt.com. We shall return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings in just a few.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Nextbase, the market leader in dash cams. Trullers, Trullers saves time. Resin Works, made in America, installed locally. Pop and Lock, lock your world. And by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever.
I've been an ASE Master Certified Technician for over 20 years, and I'm always trying to think out of the box. What's the best way and the easiest way to fix a car? As a matter of fact, I go to the Dorman website, dormanproducts.com, anytime I want to find any kind of fix that perhaps the manufacturer don't want to invest in, some OE solutions. And you know, if they have it, that means the manufacturer probably has a problem with it, and this is one of them. Let's talk a little bit about a door latch, but before we do that, let's talk about CAFE, corporate average fuel economy, and vehicles are getting lighter today to achieve better gas mileage, and with that comes some inherent problems. You can see right here, this is some steel off a new car, and man, I could just bend this with my hand, really no problem. It's getting thinner, it's getting lighter. Why? Well, fuel economy. You can have composite materials like this here, same thing. It's all flexible. Even on the inside, they actually laced it with some actual rubber molding here to kind of strengthen it, but it just doesn't do the job, especially when it comes to the heavy trucks. Now think about that. You got these Dodge pickup trucks with this big old door on there and you're swinging it back and forth. That's a lot of weight and that's a lot of stress that's entailed when it comes to the latching mechanism. This is the latching mechanism off the door itself. So when you open the door on the inside of the panel of the door there, this is located inside of there. So what's happening? Every time you slam or close that door, open that door, the stress of that and the steel's flexing, and it's really not lining up with the actual striker on the other side when you close it. So you got a couple of options. You can take it to a body shop, you can get it welded, you can get a new door, you can spend a fortune trying to fix this problem. Well, with Dorman, bam, there it is. That's all you need to do, and you probably want to go ahead and do it before it starts to sag and you have issues. What have they invented? Well, it's a plate right here. You can see it. It's aluminum plate. Now look at the thickness of it. So when it bolts on there, you can see here, let's pretend this is the door panel, this is the door in there, and then right here you can actually see it would be bolted up. So it's going to hold it. It's not going to flex at all. You're not going to have that issue with it misaligning. You're going to restore the structure of the door without any welding or no body work. It's corrosion resistance. Now they also give you all the bolts you need to reach there, but what I like is not only the bolts that go clean through it that's attached in the actual latch assembly, they actually give you some self-tapping screws. So now you're taking the leverage and you're putting it out here on these 3 points, you're securing it there and to the latch. You just doubled the thickness, you're not going to have any issues. That's why Dorman has a passion for solving problems. Well, I'm John Gardner for Dorman Products. We'll see you around.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
All right, with apologies to my favorite late night host, here are the top 10 things I love about the Magic Creeper. Number 1. Goes where other creepers cannot. Gravel, tree roots, rough pavement, no problem for the Magic Creeper. That's handy if you have an issue on the side of the road, or even if you're a shade tree mechanic, you can do your daily stuff on the Magic Creeper out in the yard and it will not be a problem. Number 2, you can bring the Magic Creeper along with you. You can't do that with a traditional creeper. They're big and they're bulky and there's no way you're going to be able to fit it into your vehicle, and certainly no way you're going to want to do that on a regular basis. The Magic Creeper just weighs a few pounds. You roll it up and you fit it behind your seat or in your trunk. Number 3, extra ground clearance. Traditional creepers have casters, and that's robbing you of a few inches of ground clearance. And most vehicles are actually only 9 or 10 inches off the ground, and that's not a whole lot of room to move around. The Magic Creeper is maybe a ½ inch thick, and that makes it a whole lot easier to get under most vehicles. Number 4, the Magic Creeper keeps you clean. If you're working outside, if you're stuck by the side of the road, the underside of the creeper gets dirty and you do not. Number 5, once you've dragged your Magic Creeper through the dirt, it's easy to clean. Just spray it with your favorite cleaner and wipe it off and you're good to go for next time. Number 6, the Magic Creeper has a bunch of other uses. We've shown you how you can use it as a pad when you're kneeling down to change a tire or working something low inside the house. And if you have a truck or a van, use it to move heavy loads, kind of like a conveyor belt. It can really move a lot of weight. Very cool. Number 7, the Magic Creeper is durable. It's really hard to snag or puncture the material, and it'll put up with a lot of abuse. We've had one here for years at the shop. Number 8, you can buy the Magic Creeper with the optional emergency roadside kit. That includes tools you'll need to make a few emergency repairs, and it'll keep you safe by the side of the road. Number 9, when you buy a Magic Creeper, you're supporting a small American business and a woman-owned business at that, and that's really important to me. Number 10, the Magic Creeper makes a great gift. Whether someone's into cars or could just use the Magic Creeper for emergencies, they're going to love it when you have one of these shipped to them. Get the Magic Creeper for yourself or for someone you know. You can find the original Magic Creeper at magiccreeper.com. Well, we're bringing this edition of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings into the finish line, but do not fear, we're going to do it once again next week. In the meantime, you can check us out on our Facebook page and all over social media. And if you have a product you want to see featured on the show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. We'll get you right here in our Masters Entertainment Group studios. From our entire crew here, we'll see you next time on Motorhead Garage. So long.